Good morning, welcome to On the Level Racing channel. And just before we start to deal with the racing to catch up from today and also for tomorrow for the blog, I'm just going to say a great well done to West Ham United on beating Seville in the cup this evening. The first team to do it. West Ham gets into the quarter-final first time in 41 years. And what was probably the greatest thing of it was the fact that Yarmolenko scored the winning goal. Consider what's going on in Ukraine and Russia at the moment, which it was a really, really great thing to see. I mean, he scored since he's come back from his leave. He's 2 from 2 on goals. I mean, he's done nothing otherwise. So maybe someone's looking down on him. So yeah, I'd just like to say congratulations, West Ham. So on to Turner's Novice Chase. We're going to take a look back here on the race here. Galloping Deschamps versus Bob Ollinger. What can you say? You've got to jump to win the race. Sadly, Paul Tannen come to the last. Nothing he could have done. He couldn't revive the horse. Lost its front footing and obviously and got rid of Paul Townsend out of the door. Fair play to Rachel Blackmore for not celebrating past the line. She knew she was beaten. She was very, very graceful with the interview afterwards. But it was a 3-point nap when Bob Ollinger was there, but I would have took the defeat quite gracefully. I mean, Galloping Deschamps was the best horse in the race. Would have won by at least 15 lengths, I think, if he were over the last fence. If this horse Galloping Deschamps goes to Ireland, the Punchestown Festival, I can't really see the horse being beaten. I can't even see Bob Ollinger even holding that form. And I think there'll be definitely on the cards there that Galloping Deschamps will win at Punchestown Festival. On to the per attempts. I got a feel for Fergal O'Brien. This wasn't probably his winner of the week in Alaphilippe, but it just got run out in the last final strides by Third Wings at 25-1. The horse we put up there was Winter Fog. At one stage, it looked like it was going to come through and win the race. It was absolutely flying towards the last. Obviously, it was taken a little bit wide, didn't jump too well, and jumped very flat-footed. Couldn't make the grade up afterwards and finished 4th in the end. An easy down 4th. On to the Ryanair Chase, Allaho. Very impressive. Again, winning back-to-back Ryanairs. A little bit sketchy at the last there. I think Tannen was a bit worried there. Obviously, come to the last. It did make a bit of a hash of the jump, but got over safely. And this is a serious, probably a 180 rated horse, Allaho. On to the Palapao Stayers. What can I say? Florian Porter retained the title. First time since 2013, when we last saw Big Bucks, who won it 4 times, as we know. It's great to see. It dictated from the start. Great ride and a great win, to be honest. Very, very impressed indeed. Time Hill again finished late on. Paisley Park again came from the clouds to finish 3rd in the race, which is quite impressive. But again, Florian Porter lands today. The plate, again, what can you say? Poor old Fergal O'Brien has to be run up again on the Imperial Alcazar. Spirit of the Games run his race again, blinding finishing from the back. But Evan Winning's horse there, Adam Wedge on Cody, wins for the 3rd time around champ. This horse got a great form around the course. Quite impressive indeed. On to the Ryanair Mares. Loving Void took the spoils there for Harry Fry and Johnny Burke. I mean, Johnny Burke's got an exceptional record at Cheltenham, and it just keeps going on. Grangee's run a good race, staying on really powerfully to finish 3rd, and a horse with no name at 50-1 ran a very impressive race also. The horse that was making issues at the start of the race as well. The final, here we go again. Soft ground, heavy ground. Who pops up? Chambard with 40-1 for Venetia Williams. She also had the 3rd there in Didier Vellis at 66-1. Coming to this last, you would have thought Mr. Kofi Nicky Henderson's horse was going to rout them, but just seemed to go into the back of Chambard over the last and never recovered. So I'm going to go on to start obviously today's racing. It's the final day at Cheltenham. It's been a great week, by the way. It's been quite impressive with some rides there through the week. To take note, obviously, I think Honeysuckle was the best I've seen for a while. But anyway, we go to the JCB Triumph Hurdle. It was a Grade 1 event. And I've done a bit of study on this race. Now, obviously, I don't know what the stats are at the moment for us over the last 3 days. I don't know what profit we are, what minus we are. I will do that, obviously, on Sunday. That's how we did over the festival, the 4 days. However, going back to this Triumph Hurdle, it's not been a great race for favourites. However, I think Vauban is quite a talented type. That could probably get the Irish back off again, Paul Talon again. Obviously, he's up there, I think, fighting for the champion jockey there. And I think Vauban's going to be very, very hard to beat here. Pure on the fact that the way he beat Phil Dior at Leopardstown last time out. Just get my computer up. Slow as usual. When landing the Spring Juvenile Hurdle, which is a very, very good trial for this race. Won it by 3 lengths, beating Phil Dior. He has got a bit of form to find with Pied Piper, but he finished second behind in a maiden hurdle at Punchestown. I went there by half a length though. So yeah, I would like to think that all three of them will take each other on again. I think Vauban's the better horse in the race, the more improving horse. I do think the horse is more well especially for like breeding, much better than this. If we could have a look at firstly Fildor, Gordon Elliott source, Dave Russell still looking for his first win at the festival, which is very rare. Obviously, last seen second to Vauban by 3 lengths. Prior to that, had won a juvenile, a Grade 2, the Knight Frank juvenile hurdle. And then prior to that, had won a Grade 3 juvenile hurdle. So yeah, it's got good form coming into this, but it's still not a Grade 1 winner. We take a look at Pied Piper, pretty unexposed horse in the race again. Last seen winning at Cheltenham on the JCB Trial Hurdle, which was the Finesse, which was a trial for this race. And not many horses have come out of this race and actually gone on to win the actual race itself from the trial. So I would like to think that Pied Piper has got to step up here to beat Vauban. Others in the race, then Knight Salute. Again, you've got to bring this horse into the equation, pure on the fact that winning the Adonis, which is another good trial for this race, when beating Teddy Boo by 3 1/4 lengths for Mark 137. It's going to be nice, only £3 for the win, which is, so I won't put Knight Salute at a big price, 16 to 1 run a big race. Anyway, I think Danny Munn's here. Eelwed's Head Temps. Again, there's been money, but he's got a bit of fun with Vauban from the Leopardstown encounter from the juvenile hurdle. So yeah, I'm going to nap this horse here in the first race. So it's a 3-point win on Vauban to win the Triumph Hurdle here. Generally a price 15 to 8, 7 or 4. So 15 to 8. So yeah, 3-point win at 15 to 8 with a few firms there. On to the 210, which is the County Hurdle. We've got 26 runners here. First 5, but most places will pay first 5 or first 6 in this race. There's been a lot of money around here for a colleague of mine who's napped this in Connor Doherty, who's in surprise package. Again, it's a horse that's come from a very good trials race for this. When won at Sandown on soft ground, like to get actually you had to win to get into this race, and he won it for Mark 135, beating Lively Citizen by 9 lengths. Sorry, and yeah, so beating Lively Citizen by 9 lengths, and coming in this off a mark of 135, he won that. So he's going to come in on a penalty. He might get away from it, actually. £5 penalty, which ain't a bad thing coming this race, to be honest. Others I've looked here, I did look at Stepway Causeway, way down there at 80 to 1. Dan Skelton's horse, Jack Andrews, £5 claimer. This horse has actually got all the stats for this race. It's 50 to 1, 80 to 1, bet 365. Finished third or fourth in a chase at the back end of mid-February, sorry. It's still looking for its first chase. We had quite a good 138 rating over hurdles. But obviously second to Edward Stone by 7 lengths on the chase debut at Wetherby. It's very, very capable. Had one mark 135, comes in here 10 stone 8, so mark 134. Probably a bit of fine, but then again, this race has turned out some big price winners. So don't be put off by the 50 to 1 price tag there. Others in the race here I looked at was I Like to Move It, 12 to 1 with bet 365. Again, another horse here that comes here from a good trial. Seen second to Glory and Fortune last time over at Newbury in the Betfair Hurdle, which seems to be quite a very, very good race. Stats on this. First Street was back in third that day. It's another 2 3/4 lengths. So yeah, I Like to Move It should be on the premises also. Others here, I looked about 4 or 5 in this race. Obviously, First Street, I just mentioned it. Tax for Max there, 25 to 1. Another horse got to mention, I think, and Far Out also at 28. So, consider it's a 26 horse field in the first 5. I'm winning the slap, 3 bets on this. I think half a point each way on 3 horses I'm going to play here. So my first one is half point each way on I Like to Move It at 10 to 1. Then I have half point each way on Surprise Package at, I think it's about 10 to point. Let's have a look. 11 to 1. And I'm going to cracking outside here. I'm going to put half point each way on Stepney Causeway, about 50s, but you can actually get 80s with bet 365 on this. So they're my 3 bets against the field there. The 250, which is the Albert Barnett Novices Chase. 19 go to post. So it has to be Jack Daniels. So again, I think Hillcrest too short for me, 11 to 4. So is Ginkgo. I think it's too short. I've got 2 in this race against the field. Also here, and my 2 against the field here is first one is Milena Kakuna. Milena Kakuna. It's 11 to 1. You can get there available 1 firm. Last seen winning, beating Milena Kakuna over at Leopardstown in the Nathan Neil Lacey and Partners Solicitors 50 grand Cheltenham bonus for sale tables Dotties Hurdle. There's a map. That was a grade 1, so the grade 1 winner coming into the race. Which stands good steed in this. I think he's got a cracking chance here, and Milena Kakuna. And the other one was Good Time Johnny, 14 to 1. But these 2 horses really stood out for me on what they've shown and what they've been up against. But last seen over 3 miles, winning a handicap of 150. Won his last 2 races. Now, he literally brushed aside a £9 penalty when winning at Leopardstown last time out. It comes in off a mark of 146, which I think is about right. So yeah, I think Good Time Johnny ran a big race also. I can't play any fancy Hillcrest. And one for the way outside there who will be interested. I'm not going to put him up, but I'm just going to say I won't put you off having a bet on him. He's 66 to 1. And that's Idas Boy of Noel Meads. Sean Flanagan will come for the ride. Last seen finished second over at Thurles on the back end of January. In a novice hurdle, beating away 11 and a quarter. That was on. Okay, he's running soft ground, been beaten quite convincingly, but then again, he's not a non-forlorn hope. I mean, big price, 6-1, Ida's boy. But he got one of my principal bets in the race. So the two principal bets are half a point each way on Good Time Johnny, and half a point each way on Manila Kakuna. I've always talked about another horse in this race, which I missed out. Eric Bloodex. Now, do watch the market on this horse. If money starts coming from this horse later in the day, please take note. He's currently 33-1, this horse. However, let's get him up there. Hang on. Well, he's 28-1, but you can get 33s. Now, he finished last to Manila Cruna in that race over at Leopardstown. And then prior to that, had won at Limerick, a Grade 2 event. So he's a grade winner. He's got a bit to fight. He's only got 11 lengths to find with Ginto, the favourite. And he was running against the horses last year on the flats against Kilcrut. Appreciate it. So he's been up against some good horses. And then again, he's no one that can't be overlooked at a big price. Let's see about. So look, 33-1. I won't put you off for shoving him a couple of each way hackers there, to be fair. But no, the two against the field is half a point each way, 11-1 with Unibet. That is the Manila Kakuna, 11-1. And a half point each way at 14s with Bet 365 and Good Time Johnny. On to the 3:30, which is the Boodles Cheltenham Gold Cup Chase, the main race of the day. Now, if I be honest, going through this race, it was a nightmare for me. It really, really was. I looked at the race and I could split four horses. Chantry House, Manila Endo, Galvin and a Plus Tard. They were the four horses I had against the field. So we're going to go through them bit by bit. So Plus Tard, being drifted quite considerably, 11-4 out to 7-2, 130 in places. Obviously, last seen with finishing second behind Galvin, just beating a short head in the Savills Chase. Now, as we know, Savills Chase is a big trial for this race. There've been many winners come out of this race to go on to win this. Second behind Manila Indo last year, beaten only 11 1/4. And I just think, it can't be overwritten this horse off completely. Even though he's drifting to a backable price now. I would not put you off backing him. And obviously we have to go to Galvin. My friend Tony's got a cracking bit on his anti-post at 33-1. And now 130 joint favourite. What more can you want than that? I mean, I'll take the place on that. Would have been nice, but I'll take the place. I've got mine beside me. Sorry. So phenomenal chase record. It's when his last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When his last 7 of his last 8, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 7 of his last 8. He's only been beaten once by Froden in the champion chase at Down Royal last October. Beat the Plus Tard last time out in the Savills by a short head. Obviously, he has run around Cheltenham before. He was second to. He has run the festival anyway. He was second in the Northern Trust Company Novices Handicap Chase at this event here at the festival back in 2020 when he second to Imperial Aura. These horses always return. They've always run well. I can't see a problem where he's not going to run well again, Galvin. And like I say, he's been all the range. He's been the money horse in the race for me. He's got to be thereabouts. Manila Endo. I don't think this horse can be overwritten either. If obviously last year's winner, beating a Plus Tard last year by 11 1/4. It's come back with, he's third in that champion chase up behind Froden. Got 4 1/4 lengths to find with Galvin on the back of that. Back in fourth was Delta Work, as we know, who went on to win the Glenfarclas. Looking into this, obviously pulled up in the King George, and then came out in February in the Irish Gold Cup and was just beaten 6.5 lengths by Conflated, who sadly, as we know, fell today. But it's good form, really. You had Janadil, who finished second today. Asteronia Falange, you can't write off. Delta Work was in that race, also finishing sixth, as you know, when it won with the Glenfarclas. So Millet Indo's form has to be respected, but has the horse come on? It's going to be. Rachel Blackmore has gone for a plus tard over Manila Indo this time, and I think with Robbie Power riding Manila Indo, I think Rachel Blackmore has been very shrewd here, very shrewd indeed, and I think this horse will get his revenge from Galvin over Galvin this time around. And I'm going to. This is my next best bet of the day. A plus tard. I don't care about the drift of the horse. I mean, Stevie Park's horses, I've got to respect. He's only an 8-year-old. To go down and by his short head to Galvin. He had the race won. Galvin just literally got in the last strides. I think Rachel Blackmore will have this horse much better handed this time. Yeah, Henry de Bromhead's horse ain't firing very well this year. I mean, like I said, we saw Alaho and we saw Honeysuckle. But then again, you think about it, you can't grumble. I mean, I think he bought 4 horses over, decent horses. The only horse that's run really badly is Bob Onger. So, and we knew Bob Onger didn't drop that well anyway. So, I think Henry de Bromhead will have no winner here in plus time. I think this horse will win the Gold Cup this year. And I think a 1.5 win at 7-2 with bet 365. That's my next best bet of the day. 410. It's the Festival Challenge Cup. 20 runners, sticker pinning, guys. It's an open chase. I mean, I couldn't really split many of his horses here. I mean, last year's winner, it came to pass. It's 33-1. Billaway, who should have won the race, came down back at 9-4 favourite to obviously come back and win again, hopefully. Dubai Quest is a very interesting horse in there. Cousin Pascal and no one there. I mean, Cousin Pascal is probably one I did underline there for John O'Shea. So this race, you really need to be backing horses that have had a career mainly around the point-to-point circuits. That's where Jerry come from. Cousin Pascal definitely fits that profile. Beat Bob and Co last time at Haydock in the Walrus Opens Chase, the Pertemps. Beaten by 2 lengths. And I thought he had him beaten a long way out. And I just think he fits a good profile. He's a very, very big, very, very ridiculous price, this Cousin Pascal. It's double figure at 12-1. You get 14 with Bold Sports on this. See Billaway, we know about Billaway. Patrick Munnings will come in for the ride. Last seen over at Nace when beating Goodbye Sam by 4.5 lengths. But the horse I actually fancy to win this race, he has to take on again. I mean, if you look at it, Billaway's been a quite expensive horse to follow. If we go back over his like last year, he got second to Paul at Bay, got run down, beaten a short head. Then he came out Aintree, got beaten by Cousin Pascal. You've got to find 6.25 lengths there. Then he came out and lost at Punchestown Festival to Bob and Co by nose. Then he came out and lost at Thurles this year by Wing Leader. And then he eventually got a win. But he got a win in a very, very weak contest where he was 2-5. So he's a very costly favourite for him. And I think he'll get beaten again. I think he's probably the lay. The Billaway, he's probably a lay in this. Bob and Co, Paul Nicholls. Again, this horse got 2 lengths to find with Cousin Pascal from the Haydock Run. Beat Billaway at Punchestown. Came down last year quite early in the race. So again, he's another that's got to really step up, Bob and Co. I mean, it's just a worry that the string of seconds this year. I mean, it's just not. And Paul Nicholls, I don't think Paul Nicholls' horse is a fire at all. I don't think Paul Nicholls had a winner at Festival, so that tells you everything really. Gina Andrews, I like Gina Andrews. Another horse got a lovely profile here. This is another point-to-point horse profile. Won both his starts here. One for Bridget and one for Gina. Last seen it where it'd be over 3 miles on good ground. We've taken the Harrogate Opens Hunters Chase by 5.5 lengths, beating a good yardstick in Le Brill. And done it real, stayed on well. That was a 3 mile. That was on good ground. I don't think we're going to get good ground today. It's a soft ground. So, yeah, I can't see why it won't be a big race here. It came to pass last year winner. I think this horse has been well out of form. If I mean, I've got to have two against a fielder. I'm going to pick a respectful one. I'm going to pick an outsider as well. The horse I'm going to go with is Wing Leader. Is another type that's he's another point-to-point horse here. I do like the fact that what they do with his horse is he run under rules, then he go pointing for quite a while, then he go under rules and point to point. So he's mixing it up a bit, and I think this Win Leader here could actually win this race. Excuse me, for Declan Christie. Last seen at Thurles, extended 3 miles. We win a Hunters Chase, beating Bill away by 12 lengths, guys. You know, what I mean, it's a ruthless animal. I think it'd be very hard to beat. I think it's a Winged Leader. As an each way bet, I'm going to go for Dubai Quest. Pretty young because it's got a nice point-to-point profile. So my bets will be 1 point each way on Wing Leader, and half a point each way at 10-1 with Paddy Power on Dubai Quest. That's in the 410. That's the Festival Challenge Cup. On to the 450, which is the Paddy Power Mares Chase. Again, Mike Alder versus NMA. That's what it seems to be. I think they're one a piece at the moment against each other. Again, I'm going to pick two out because it's the last day. I'm going to pick two out in the race. My first one I'm going to bet here is, and I'm glad his horse has come this route, is Consentista. I'm hoping to get it right this time. Good winner on heavy ground at Limerick last time out, back on the 20th of December, when beating Darren's Hope by 4 lengths. Prior to that, I won at Cork on soft ground. It loves the soft and heavy conditions. It's a 153 rated hurdler. Finished behind the likes of Stormy Iron and Black Tears. Where he finished behind Black Tears last year in the David Nicholson Mares, the Close Brothers Mares hurdle, which was quite a good. Just beaten by a short head. Very unlucky not to win the race. I think this is going to be a recovery mission here for Consentita. And I think Consentita is definitely the horse to be beaten it, not get beat here. I think this is probably my next best horse. You know what I mean? As an each way bet, I'm going to look at Zembella here, down there at the market. 11 stone 2 on the back. Darren Jacob, Tristan Davis. Has had a bit of form recently. Beats Crossgow's famous game at Doncaster to 2.5 miles, an illicit mare's chase. Came out and got beaten by Bascada over two miles again, and then stepped back up 2.5 again when beating a horse called Belly de Marte of 142 on soft ground. Another horse that's going to like the ground, and I think the trip's fine. The ground's fine. It's a very big price, I think. But obviously, that Mount Ida we know is the form horse south, and he made the two classy horses. But I just think they are vulnerable, especially Mount Ida is vulnerable. And Anime just seems to it doesn't. I don't know anything about Anime. I just don't think I don't like anything. JP Mannings, I can't stand the guy. And Mark Walsh should be going for his second win of the festival. Last seen over 2 miles on soft to heavy when beating a mare's listed, beating Court made by 5 lengths at 2 to 13. So didn't really beat much. Then she got beaten by Mount Ida. And then she got beaten by Zembella, see, at Aintree. So she's got a bit of fine for two horses here. So I said I'm going to take them both on with Consentista. I'm even going to put that 1.5 win on Consentista at 9-2 with Paddy Power. And I'm going to have a little half a point each way also on Zambella down there for Twiston Davis at 12-1. On to the finale of the whole meeting, which is the Martin Pipe Conditional Jockey's Handicap Hurdle over just extended 2.5 miles. Everyone keeps telling me Langer Dan is the best handicap on the race. What a load of bollocks. Sorry, but I don't think the horse is. I actually think the horse is a few pounds wrong way. I don't fancy whatsoever to win this race. I think I could be eating my words come the last race of the day, but I have not been impressed with the horse, to be fair. I mean, the last time he finished 6th last year in the Boodles, Fred Winter, didn't look that impressive to me. Then he came out and lost at Chepstow. He's lost at Punchestown Festival. He lost, got thrashed there. He's won a Grade 3. He won the Imperial Cup when beating Miss Heritage. Second to that's where the form. This is where the form line is. Martin Pipe last year, because he finished second to Galloping Deschamps. Okay, that is where everyone's afraid that this horse is so well in. I mean, he's actually going into that race up for Mark 135, but he had £5 to go on, so he was going to go up for £5 for future race. So he would have actually won 40 on that race. I mean, he comes into this off. You see how well we handicap he is. So he'd been racing at 140 last year in this. He's come to this off 137. He's only £3 in. He's only got a length and a half in hand. So it's not a great deal. So I don't really fancy. I can't fancy him at all. I really can't. Really, really can't. Lorcan and Williams were coming in right for Dan Skelton there. The one I really fancy is the Irish horse here. Josh Gayford gets on board. Gordon Elliott's horse on Hollow Games. Very consistent type indeed. Last seen when finishing third to Manila Kakuna over in that big hurdle race at Grade 1 over in Iron Leopardstown. And hopefully if Manila Kakuna runs a big race, it's going to reflect the form quite nicely. Third behind Ginto, and it won a Grade 3 when winning the Monksfield Novices Hurdle over at Navan back in November. Very lightly raced, very unexposed for me. Still got a lot of. It does off a mark 140. Comes this off a mark of 143, only £3. I think Josh Gainford, his name is, could run a very big race in Hollow Games here. I think he's the horse to take out the whole race for me. And if it was, I'm going to have a look at. Yeah, I want to look at the Gordon Elliott's other horse here, which is Jack Tudor's took the ride here on Perfect Attitude. Now, he's 33 to 1. Last seen is finishing third on heavy ground against Daily Tiger in a demolition hurdle over at Limerick. That was over 2.5 miles. Over 3 miles on soft ground at Cork, was beaten quite convincingly. Again, he's not really overexposed horse, especially over the hurdle. He's still a learning curve for him. He's won on good ground. The ground might be a bit concerned, being on heavy. But yeah, I can't see why we can't see another big run here from the horse here on Perfect Attitude. Others in the race, Ben Pawn had a nice winner here. Another interesting one is Quinto Damar. Just going to get the horse's stats up. I'm going to have a drink. All the best. Thought with one. Now we're going to look at this Kempton run here. He ran in the Lanzarote handicap hurdle over at Kempton. So if we look at the haste here, we've got to look at what it says here. So here, front, mid-division, headweight into third after 3 outs. Ridden before 2 out, keeping on one pace when fell at the last. So it was thereabouts. Considering the the winner was 5.5 lengths, and then the length and a half back, nose and a half. So I reckon he would have been in the top 4, finishing there. Even though he plugged on, that was on 2 mile 5. We go back prior to that. 4th to Lively Sittington here. So he was 4th to Lively Sittington. in the Catesby handicap hurdle. That was obviously a shorter trip, I think. Let's have a look. Over 2 miles. Yeah, that was over 2 miles. Obviously too short. So look. So yeah, I mean, he's rated. He's rated 135 out when he fell last time at Cheltenham. He's one of 131 under Lucy Morgan. In fact, Lucy Morgan's got a very good, very Luca Morgan, an exceptional record with this horse. Let's have a look. Okay, apart from his fall last time out, he would have been placed. So if you take it on board, he would have been placed in that race if he'd stayed on his feet. He's won twice on him. Second, yeah. So good booking. And a big price here. You know what his Martin Pipe's like? Let's have a look at the prices. 40 to 1. I think I'm going to, because this is the last race, I'm going to have 3 in this race. Why not? And my third horse I'm going to look at is Joseph O'Brien's horse here, Banbridge. So look here. Last seen at Navan when beating a horse called Al Fleron. Quite convincing, of a mark 128. Prior to that, had won on soft ground over was it 2 mile 5? 2 mile 5, yep, on soft ground. So the trip should not be a worry for this horse. Let's see who's going to get the ride this horse. M. McDonough. Never heard the guy personally. I'm sure he's a good enough jockey. But yeah, he's not going to probably have a chance here. So my 3 against the field in the finale is going to be 1 point each way at 15 to 2 bet 3-6 on Hollow Games. It's going to be half point each way at a huge price on Quinto de Mark 40s. And I'm going to have a half a point each way on, where is it? Perfect Attitude at 40s for bet 365. Others in the race there, the money horse, as all the money's been going around for, is Willie Munning's horse here. Adamantly Chosen. Very unexposed. Likes the ground. Second to Ebisari over at Cork. 2 runs back in the 8th of January on heavy ground. Beaten by 3 parts of a length when a 1 to 4 favourite. And came out as odds on favourite at Thurles back in the 10th of February. Winning the maiden hurdle. Winning by 27 lengths. Obviously, Ebisari has run terribly since. However, they've obviously got a win into him, so he knows when a winning on is. So there again, Adamantly Chosen is quite interesting in this race also. I said my one's against the whole. It's Hollow Games at 1 point each way at 15 to 2 Hollow Games. Half point each way on Perfect Attitude and a half point each way on Quinto de Mar in the Martin Pipe. So we're going to go back over the selections again. 130. The Triumph Hurdle. 3 point win, Nap. 15 to 8 on Vauban. Yeah. And then in the 210, the County Handicap Hurdle. It's going to be half point each way on Surprise Package, 11 to 1. Where the other one here? Half point each way on Stepney Corvette, 80 to 1 with Bet 365. And there wasn't, I think there was no one I had in there, wasn't it? And half point each way at 12s, and I like to move it. We might as well go for it, guys. It's the last day of the greatest festival around. So then we've got the Albert Bartlett, Novices Hurdle, 19 go to post, and I'm going to a few bit on here as well. Half a point each way on 10 to 1 on Nella Kakuna. Half point each way on Good Time joining at 14s. And I'm even going to have a stab here. Being me foolish, I don't know. But I'm going to have a half a point each way on Eric Bloodaxe in the race. 33 to 1. Gingerstown horse. It's interesting. The 330. The Boodles. The Gold Cup. I'm going to next best this. This is a. I'm going to put it as a 2 point win because it could be laps of 3. I'm I'm going 2-point win here, 7-2, a plus card to bring the crown home for Rachel Blackmore once more. I think she's chose the right one. The Hunter's Chase here, the 410, half a point, so 1 point each way, 11-2, a bet 365 on Winged Leader, and a half point each way, 10-1 Paddy Power on Dubai Quest. They're my two against the field. And on the 450, which is the Paddy Power Mare's Chase, it's going to be a 1.5 win on this on Constantista, and a little half point each way, 12-1 on Zambella. And then the finale of the 4-day festival, it's going to be half a point each, so 1 point each way on Hollow Games. Half a point each way on Quinto de Mar, and half a point each way on Perfect Attitude. That's my final bets for the final day. Like I said, it's been a great festival. I hope you've all been lucky and been amongst the winners and you are up. It's not only the 4 days. I mean, the ground's been horrendous. Soft, heavy ground right through the whole week, which obviously has turned up some big prize winners in the handicaps. So, all I can say, I wish you luck. Bet responsibly. Don't go too mad, guys. This is On the Level Racing channel. Signing out. All the best.